This is my youth soccer trophy. Quite simply, it's not what you'd think from a typical weekend when you go to a tournament, your team wins the event, you go, you lift that trophy, you get the medal, right? You think big time like that. That's not what it is for me. My name is Kyle Wilson, Kyle C. Wilson. I've even been called the Angry Soccer Guy. I have worked with children as young as 2 years old, all the way to professional players over my current 10-year youth soccer career. And the professional players that I've worked with are Luis Nani from Manchester United, Benji Michel, Dom Dwyer, Teshuak Adeli, Ruan Teixeira, Santiago Patino, and many others that have played the game at the MLS level and higher. And I've even trained the generational talent, Kawan Bazil, who is arguably the biggest talent coming out of Brazilian football right now, which gives me a lot of knowledge and information to share with people, and that's what I'm doing here. My youth soccer trophy, my trophy in general from the sport, is student athletes that I develop, and they get to a certain thing, whether that's being president of the United States, being a professional soccer player, achieving their dream. And so I've had 2 of those happen now, and I'm going to highlight one specifically about a player that I helped develop from 9 to 12. We trained 4 times a week for an hour and a half every single day. It's because of that foundational success, we had a group actually called the Soccer School. And it's really because of that success, of that fundamental training where it was about 45 minutes of technical training, so juggling, dribbling, receiving, skill moves, and then 35 to 45 minutes of implementation of said skill moves, where it really helped this player shine. His name is Nick. And he's been called up to the Apoel FC, which is a club in Europe, specifically in Cyprus, to the first team on, I think, 6 occasions. Hasn't played a minute. But just a week ago, he got his first debut on the first team. On the first team, as a 17-year-old American kid. That's my trophy. That's my trophy. Seeing that means so much more to me than a $50 medal or $50 trophy and a $3 medal that you get from whatever place, right? Like, obviously those feel good, they make you feel better. But like, when I see Nick, and I have the picture where he's being subbed on at the first team at a professional level, at a big league, big country. Is it the best country in the world? No, it's not. I'm not going to tell you that it is. But the fact that he's in Europe as a 17-year-old American kid making his debut for the first time, even if it was 6 or 7 minutes, that's my trophy. And that to me is essentially priceless because he can attest to this. We spent hours upon hours working together to help him build the skill to get to this point. And he left at 12 to go to Europe. He's been in Europe ever since for the same club at the same academy and has been drafted up. He's been training with the first team for about a year, but this can give you the pipeline here of how long this takes. But been training with the first team on and off for a year, has been put on the matchday squad 6 or 7 times, didn't play a single minute any of them, and then just made his debut. And that is so worthwhile to see because, like, what more could you ask for? And like a lot of people say, well, we want to go to these tournaments, win these events. I do too. But like, I truly get something out of it when you see a kid that you've worked with, a student athlete that you've worked with for years, make his dream happen. That is so much more rewarding for me. And I would love for more people to take that kind of approach because then we can actually get somewhere when we're thinking like bigger picture with this. Like, yeah, I want to win on Saturday and Sunday too, but I'm not going to sacrifice what I believe is the right thing for kids all because I want to win on Saturday or I want to win on Sunday. That kind of goes against like my ethos. And that's a big reason why I decided to actually retire from club soccer because I don't feel like those values are withheld in that same type of manner across the board in club soccer. And that's why I made that decision to retire and step out and actually look to make the impact that I want to make, which I believe will happen outside of the system. But that moment there is priceless to me. I want to frame it and put it up on my wall because that's the dream. Watching my student athletes achieve what they say they want to achieve. Whether it's being president of the United States, being a professional soccer player, winning the World Cup, we want to help you get there. That's the end goal.